I welcome you to step-by-step guide to run an effective Facebook and Instagram ads. I'm Rejection, an experienced online marketer and senior web developer, which means when I create websites for big companies, I also help them to market their products and services online. So you're going to be learning a lot in this class. Okay, so we're going to teach you introduction to digital marketing, Facebook and Instagram ads, and marketing strategies, learning to do it the right way. You don't want to do it the wrong way. Okay, so how to create Facebook and Instagram ads account. We're going to do this. You're going to see it. We're going to do it, build everything we're going to build in this tutorial, in this class from scratch. So you're going to understand the Facebook ad dashboard and functions. Of course, you need to understand the Facebook ad dashboard before you'll be able to be a very good person with the functions and everything on the dashboard. And you're going to learn more about the types and benefits of different campaign objectives. So you're going to learn how to create ad campaigns, okay? And you're going to learn how to handle ad rejection and ensure approval of your ads. And you're going to learn more about the do's and don'ts of ads campaigns. So you are going to learn a lot more. You're going to learn a lot more. You are going to learn a lot more in this class. So welcome to this class once again, and let's get started. Hello everybody, this is Introduction to Digital Marketing. Okay, digital marketing, or you say online marketing, is the promotion of brands to connect with people, right? Potential clients, customers, using the internet and other forms of digital communication. So we can market online via email, social media, search engines, text, and multimedia messages. Alright guys, I'd like to tell you at this point that these ones that I've listed to you are called marketing channels. Alright? So you are going to be using marketing channels to promote your brands, to connect with potential clients, customers, using the internet and other forms of digital communication, or using the marketing channels we've listed here. All the types of digital marketing, I mean, we have SEO, we have all the types of digital marketing or means through which you can market online, but we should be focusing on social media marketing. So using one of the most popular social media platforms, we are using Facebook. I like to pause here. The use of Facebook allows you to advertise on Facebook, Instagram, and other Facebook related platforms. Alright? So that's why this point is very important. Facebook, or the use of Facebook for social media marketing, covers for Instagram ads too. Alright, so we're going to be understanding everything discussed on this first few slides when we get to the practical section. All right, I'm going to be showing you. I believe that you have to learn and you have to practice and apply things you're learning, because I want you to get to know how to really advertise effectively. All right, so this is what we are here for. We are here to equip you with the knowledge that will enable you to run effective ads. I mean, adverts that will reach the potential clients and help you to convert people who would get to see your brand and convert them to people who will patronize you or who will buy or use your products and services. All right, so let's move to the next one. All right, so this is going to be telling us things about Facebook and Instagram ads. All right, so let's move on to the first slide here. You want to ask the reason why you should choose Facebook and Instagram for your advertisements. Now I'll get you the answers. Advertising on Facebook and Instagram would give you the opportunity to target your audience. Right? So people you wish to show your ads to based on interest. So you can target your audience based on interest, job titles, age, location, and so on. All right. So this makes it possible for you to target your specific type of needed audience. Mark the word needed. All right. So, for example, if I wish to advertise my business to everyone who is above 40 years of age, resident in New York City, and loves football, Facebook makes it possible to define your needed audience. Mark the word again, needed. All right, so Facebook statistically have 2 billion people, more than 2 every month. So now this makes it possible for you to advertise to people outside your location. Isn't that good? Isn't that good? That's good because this enables you to, for example, if you're in the United Kingdom, I want to advertise your product to people in Australia. That is possible using Facebook advertisement. And let me tell you, it's also possible using all the platforms too, okay? So now setting up Facebook ads makes it possible for you to announce your brand and eventually expand your horizon, right? Kindly note that Facebook Ads Manager, that is to say, we're talking about the Facebook official ads management interface for online marketing. Don't worry, don't panic. We're gonna know exactly what Facebook Ads Management is all about, alright? So just follow me, please. Handles. So this Facebook Ads Manager handles the advertisement on Facebook and Instagram apps and websites. So it handles advertisement on both Facebook and Instagram apps and websites. So let's define some terms in the next section. So thank you so much for your patience. All right, people. Okay, it's time to define some terms. Okay, so Business Manager is a tool for effectively managing access to Facebook pages and ads accounts. All right, and an ad account is an account that allows anyone to create ad campaigns on Facebook and Instagram. All right, so a Facebook Business Manager practically contains all your created ad accounts and allows for effective management of access to advertisement resources. All right, so when you talk about ad account, you cannot advertise on Facebook and Instagram without your ad account, and an ad account can be embedded inside a Facebook Business Manager for effective management of more than one ad account. Okay, so you can have more than one ad account. Okay, so that is just the truth about that aspect. So let's move to the next slide. Campaigns. Okay, a campaign allows advertisers to choose their objectives for ad creation. For example, you can create a campaign to create awareness about your brand, convert visitors to customers, and so on. So a campaign contains ad sets, and ad sets contain ads. Okay, so a campaign contains the ad set, and an ad set contains the ad. Okay, so what is the ad set? Or what is an ad set? Sorry, an ad set enables an advertiser to define targeting based on location and other criteria. Alright, so you can also set budget for ads. You give time specification for ads to run. Okay, you want your ad to run for 7 days. That is gonna be possible with time specification. Alright, so and you can also set bids and select where to place your ads. Alright, so you can choose to place your ad on some designated area for ad placement all over the Instagram and Facebook ad. We have the news feed, the Instagram news feed, the Facebook news feed, the Instagram stories and Facebook stories, and we have the Instagram reels and so on and so forth. So an ad may contain one or more ads. Okay, so an ad set may contain one or more ads. So ad, the elements that make up your ad includes pictures, link. All right, so I want you to take this link as the destination. All right, that is simply the destination of your ad. For example, if you have an ad and you want to direct them to website, right? That is possible. Attach a link to your website to the advertisement. Okay, so when they click on it, Facebook is going to take them to your destination, your defined destination, the link. All right. So and you can also use your Facebook page your WhatsApp inbox, your Facebook Messenger as the destination where people will land on if you want to know more about your products and services. So description of products can also is also contained in the art, and we have the content of the art. Right, the content of the art is also contained in the art. So the next slide. Now we want to talk about impressions. Impressions measures for ad views. Okay, this is the measurement for ad views. Okay, so for example, ads were viewed 44,000 times. That means you've accumulated 44,000 impressions. All right, so we have the CPM, the average amount you will spend for every 1,000 impressions. So when you have every 1,000 impression, you're gonna be paying an average amount, that is the CPM. All right, that is not a separate fee. That is just not a separate fee. It's just the way it is. All right, so when Facebook automatically gets you 1,000 ad views, they charge the CPM. All right, so that will be for CPM. And so we have the reach. The reach should not be mistaken for impression. All right, the number of reach you have shows the number of persons who saw your art at least once. All right, so one impression may include multiple views of your art by same persons. So kindly know that for every reach, a new user is reached with your product, but with every impression comes a view whether it appeared or not. So when you reach someone, a new user is reached with your product and services. All right, but with every impression, you've had a new view or a repeated view. All right, so the next slide. Frequency, the average number of times one user or reached person sees your art. That is the frequency. All right, so for example, it is generally believed that it's a general belief that people may not want to buy your products or use your services at the first instance. Okay, but when you begin to build trust and repeat the ads time and time again, keep on seeing the ad, one day, or let's say at the second or the set time, they would want to know more about your advertisement, and that is where you get a landing page view, because they're gonna click the learn more button. They're gonna click your art in order to see more information about your art. All right, so relevance score. This score shows how well your targeted audience is responding to what you're advertising to them. Okay, so it is a quality score which ranges from 1 to 10. Okay, so this shows you the response rate from the people that you're targeting, from the location you've targeted, from the people of interest you've targeted, and so on and so forth. So a Facebook page is a public profile created by businesses, organizations, celebrities, and anyone seeking to promote themselves publicly through social media. So we have Facebook pages work much like personal profile pages, except that they have fans, followers instead of friends. So Facebook pages have fans, followers instead of friends. Okay, so the next slide. Page or post engagement. The number of actions that people are taking on your Facebook page or your post, sometimes that is attributed, it is attributed to your art. Okay, sometimes this is attributed to your art. Example of common engagement include likes, shares, comments, and so on. So when you get a like on your art, when you get a share on your art, when you get a comment on your art, you have gotten a post engagement. And when you get a like on your page, you've gotten a page engagement. Or you get a follow on your page, you've gotten a page engagement. All right, so Facebook Pixel, a piece of code that allows you to measure, optimize, and track activities or performance of your art campaigns. All right, so Pixel ensures that the activities of visitors on your website is effectively measured and tracked. So you want to know what these guys are doing when they get to your website. You want to know whether they click on Add to Cart. You want to know whether they click on Checkout. You want to know whether they click on whichever thing you want them to click on, and all of that will be made possible with this pixel or this piece of code installed into your website. All right, so you're going to put it at the header section of your website. That is going to be easy when you get to see how to go about pixel and installation of pixel codes. Okay, so link clicks, the number of clicks on your link. All right, not minding if the link leads to a complete loading of your page or not. All right, so but you link clicks, the number of clicks on your link, not minding if the link leads to a complete loading of your page or not. But you desire to have clicks that were successful and visitors that landed on your page, right? So link clicks will measure every single click on your link, right? Every single click or attempt, every attempt to access your destination page or your landing page or your link. All right, so now this necessarily will not be so careful enough to not measure those unsuccessful ones. You know, sometimes you click some ads and you will not completely load those ads. Okay, so but link clicks only measures clicks and not really people who completed the loading or people who fully loaded your page or your website. So now there is something to use in order to measure a complete loading of your website, and that is landing page views. All right, the next slide shows to us landing page views. Is the number of people who landed on your page via your link. This is only possible when your website is connected to Facebook Ads Event Management System through the Facebook pixel to allow for effective tracking of link clicks. Okay, so placement. We have positions, and these are positions where your ads will appear. All right, so placement include newsfeed, Instagram Reels, Facebook Stories, and so on and so forth. Hello, so let's talk about the essentials of Facebook ads. All right, so the first slide says essentials of Facebook and Instagram ads. So this is very essential. This is very important. A Facebook page is needed. If you want to run ads on Facebook, you would need a Facebook page, a functional representation of your brand on Facebook. Okay, so a Facebook page is needed if you want to run ads on Facebook. So a good brand is represented by a Facebook page which has all details, including contacts, WhatsApp links, website links, business terms, services, products, posts from the brand owners, and so many more. Alright, so let's create our Facebook page for this class. So thank you. Let's get started with the creation of the Facebook page. Okay, so for you to be able to create a Facebook ad account, you need a Facebook page. A Facebook page represents your brand on Facebook. Okay, so you need a proper representation of your brand on Facebook. So let's get on to create a Facebook page so we'll be able to create our ad account. So guys, you're going to click on menu. Alright, I believe you know how to log into your Facebook, and when you do that, you'll be able to select this on the web browser and get to choose what you want to create, and then we'll be creating a page. Right, so we're gonna click on page, and then we get to create our page. So let's just, for the purpose of this tutorial, let's choose a name. We can just say our page 101. The category of the page, let's say marketing. Okay, so marketing agency. Good. So the description of page is the best page. Okay, so our page is the best page. You will love it. Okay, so I'm just using this as examples. If you want to create your page, please just know how to do that. Okay, you know how to do that. You know the proper description for your products and services. You know the proper name, which is gonna be representing your brand on Facebook. Okay, so guys, let's click on the button and get to create our page. Alright, we have our page created, and now we can add images and go to page to add more details. Okay, so now our page is created and it's active on Facebook. Okay, so we'll be requested to add images. Okay, so this is optional, but we're gonna add images for the purpose of this tutorial. So you click on this button and you add your image. You click on this button and you add your image. So let's look for a very good image. Okay, so let's use this image as our profile image for a page, and then you can add a cover photo. If you have a cover photo, you add a cover photo. So let's go on to save this changes. Okay, alright, so every other information will be requested from you if you are creating your Facebook page, and that is so amazing, because if you're creating your Facebook page, you know how to add your WhatsApp number and every other thing you will need to add in order to make your page a very good one. Okay, so but for the purpose of this tutorial, we just need a functional page so that we can show you how to create your Facebook ad account. Okay, but I want to show you something very important here, because some people don't know this, and I think it's time to show you this. Okay, so you can click on this place to add a button to your page. Okay, maybe you want button, you want them to call you, you want them to contact you through your website, you want them to follow you, you want them to send you WhatsApp message or send you email. You can add that button right here. Okay, so you just click on the preferred button, and then Facebook will implement the button, and the button will start showing right here. Okay, so that is what you need to know about that. And also I want you to understand that you can change the template and the appearance of your page to suit what you're doing or what your products and services are all about. So for example, we just want to know, want to change, we can go to settings, okay, and change the templates and tabs. Alright, these templates and tabs determine or will determine how your page is going to be shown to users visiting your page or your Facebook page. So now this is the current template. We have services. Alright, so based on what you do, you can edit this, and maybe for example you're a non-profit organization, you're just a business, and you want your business to have you want your page to have functions to post jobs and special offers. Okay, so for example, if you're a politician, you can choose that. If you're a public figure, you can also choose that. If you own a restaurant, or you own any other thing related to restaurants and coffees, you can also choose that. Okay, so if your Facebook page is all about anything, you can just do this. Okay, so thank you, and that is what you need to know about the creation of your Facebook page. Alright, but before we go, I will need to show you one more thing, because I love getting you to know a lot of things. So you show you the username aspect of your Facebook page. This is very important for people to be able to get to type in your username together with facebook.com with a / and they will get to your Facebook page. So let me show you something. All right, so let's say for example we're going to choose something like our page 101. Right, so let's see if it is available. Okay, it's available. We create that username, and the use of this username is that if a visitor wants to visit your page with a direct URL, it's going to say Facebook. Alright, so a / our page 101. So you click the enter button, and then you're going to see your page is going to come up. Okay, so that is also important, because that will also enhance your visibility on Facebook. So you can go on to design your Facebook page to suit or to carry the needed and required information. Okay, you just edit page info and you get to choose anything you want to add, or any identity form of identity description, or anything you want to add to your Facebook page. So thank you so much. See you in the next one. Now it's time to create a Facebook ads account. So let's click on this menu. You're gonna click on this menu, and this is the creating channel, and you're gonna come through this place to click on hard. Okay, you want to create hards. Alright, so this will enable you to create an ad account, because I told us in the definition of terms section that you cannot advertise on Facebook without your ad account. So let's click on ad to create an ad account. Alright, so you need to create a Facebook page before you can create your ad account. Okay, so we already have our Facebook page, and then what we do is to click this place. Okay, so just come directly to this place to go to Facebook Ads Manager. Alright, so you allow the page to load. Okay, so this is just going to confirm our password, and we're going to give it our password. Okay, so that's our password. Alright, so welcome loading your Facebook Ads Account Manager or Ad Manager, and this is it. Welcome people, we've successfully created our Facebook ad account. Okay, so this is our Facebook ad account interface. Okay, so then we need to know okay, so it's gonna pop up terms and every other thing you need to know about Facebook ads accounts, and the beginner and every other thing you need to know as a beginner. So a new way to access your accounts and all other things like that. So you show this later, and if you want to go for that, you can go for that, but it's advisable that you show that later. You get to know things you need to know. Okay, so you can read this up, and if you're satisfied, you click on accept. Okay, so then we've successfully created a Facebook ad account. Right, in this section, I'm going to be taking you through the Facebook ads dashboard. I want you to understand every single important features on the Facebook ads dashboard. So when you get used to these functions, you'll be able to navigate your way through the Facebook ads dashboard. Alright people, so let's get to know how we can use this Facebook ad manager. Okay, so this is the Facebook ad manager, and then we have a lot of things right here that will allow you to manage your ads, manage your account, your ad account effectively. Okay, so this place is for your ads. Okay, so if you have active campaigns, you have adverts that are running, and you're gonna see them here. You're gonna see every detail of your art, and if you want to see more detail, you just click on the art when it pops up here, and you're going to be taken to where you can see the charts and every other thing about the performances of your art. Okay, so right here we have the commerce manager, the art manager, the arts manager, the billing section, the audience and business settings. Alright, so this commerce manager is for people who want to have their store on Facebook. You want to line up products. I mean, you have several products, and you want to upload these products to Facebook. You can do that through this commerce manager. Alright, so when you upload this products through the commerce manager, it enables you to advertise those products without having to set things up again. So this is going to give you access to catalog, and that catalog can contain about 20 different products, guys. And when you do that, you will be able to just line up your products and use your products or the catalog in any of the campaign you want to use. Okay, so this is the ad manager, and this is the ad manager right here. So this is the billing session. The billing session is the session where you get to pay for the ad you for Facebook ads. Okay, so for example, let's click on the billing section to see how we can pay for our Facebook. I'm just going to show you how the billing works. Okay, so the billing allows you to see payment activities. Okay, so this is your outstanding balance, right? So if you're in a country where the currency differs from this, it's going to show USD, it's going to show any other currency it should show. Okay, so then we go to payment settings, and when you go to payment settings, you get to add your credit card. When you add your credit card to the account, they get to charge you for everything you'll be doing, or your advertisements, or the amount of money that you would need to pay to Facebook for advertising your products and services. So you can add payment method, and this is just straight away. You can just add your country. For example, if you're watching this from the United States, you are, or let's say from the United Kingdom, and you add your currency. Okay, so and your time zone. Okay, so you do that, and then you click on save to save all those informations, and that will allow Facebook to be able to know where you're coming from, and how they can help you to to get your card approved for the use of their services. Okay, so you can add your PayPal, you can add your PayPal account, you can attach or connect your PayPal account to this, and you can also add your debit card or credit card. Okay, so that is what you need to know here. So you can click on the next, and it's going to take you to where you can fill in your billing information and every other thing. So let me tell you this, everything you'll be submitting to Facebook is quite safe with Facebook, unless you give your password, you give your username to anybody to access your accounts. Okay, so that is so clear. Okay, so guys, let's move on to seeing all our tools. We've talked about this. This is just the normal ad manager, where we got redirected to when we created our ad account, and that is quite clear. So we have the billing. With the billing, we have audiences. Okay, so audiences allow you to create audience based on some criteria for your advertisement. Okay, so for your ad, so let's check on this function and see how we can use this function. Okay, so let me quickly explain this to us. You can create audience in three different ways. All right, we have the custom audiences, we have the lookalike audiences, we have the saved audiences. Okay, so for the custom audiences, this is just the biggest thing of the game. All right, so I think we're gonna talk later in this class. We're gonna talk about Facebook marketing channels and funnel. I don't want to bother you with the three options for now. Just gonna show you just one of the options, which is saved audience. So let's go with saved audience. You can choose your audience name. Just give it any name you want to give it. My first hard targeted audiences. Audiences. Okay, good. So if you have custom audiences that you've used before, you can choose that right there. And then something tricky about location is that it gives you some parameters to measure your location, or the people that will receive your ad at the end of the day. So if you want people who live in or are recently in the location you want to target, you can choose this. But if you want people who really live in that location, for example, if your business if your business operates in the United States alone, and you don't want people outside the United States, or people who just visited the United States but are no longer in the United States to view or see your art, you can choose this to just enable people inside the United States of America to see your art. So then you can choose whichever location you want to choose. You can choose United States of America or anything you want to. Okay, so for example, we're going to use United States. So good. You can choose United States as a location, and you can choose age, specification, the gender of people who you would like to display your arts to, the languages spoken by these guys. You can say you want people who speak or sort of English to be able to view your art, and you want to target people based on interest, demographics, or behavior. Okay, for example, I want to target people who loves writing or are interested in writing. Okay, so and interested in the size, if you check around this place, all right, so check that. So you see size is about 341 blah blah blah. You see the size is awesome, so you can choose that. You can target people who write, okay, who loves writing or have interest in writing. You can also choose people who are authors. Okay, so different measures and different targeting system or different targeting measures to ensure that you get your desired audience, okay, the desired audience for your art. And if you want to exclude some set of people, you can do that by clicking on this exclusion button. Okay, so guys, you can save your audience, and that is gonna be what you need to know about audience creation for now. Okay, so but when we get to the advanced part, we're going to show you how to also manipulate or use this audience system to also get to retarget people or do a lot of things like that. I don't want to confuse you yet. I want us to get to the Facebook funnel and also get to start creating our art before I start giving you some advanced tips. Okay, so then you know how to use this function on the tool bar. Okay, so there are all the things you can do right there. You have the account quality. The account quality rates your account quality per time. It shows you how Facebook views your account currently and what they think about your account currently, and probably maybe your account is having a lot of is violating a lot of rules and regulations, and it's almost going to be almost going to be deactivated or stuff like that. So it shows you the status, the quality of your account. And mind you, the quality of your account might affect the way your advertisement or your art will perform in the Facebook market. Okay, so then you have all of the functions right here, and you have the media library and every other thing you need to know. Okay, so you can just check through all these functions. Everything is quite explicit. When you get to each and every page, it's going to show you what those pages are and what they're going to do to your business. And so quickly show you something very important. Let's go to the Ads Manager. Alright, so this is what I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys how to create campaigns. Okay, so I told you that inside a campaign you have the art set. Inside the art set you have the art. Okay, so you want to create a campaign, you click on this button. Or when you click on this button, it's going to load creation, and then you get to choose whichever function you want to use. Okay, so maybe I want to drive traffic. I want to get engagement. I want to get leads. I want to get app promotion. I want to get sales from my from whatever I'm doing. I want to advertise to get sales, to convert people. I want to make my brand known and all of that. So this is how to create, or this is the function that allows you to create your campaigns. Okay, so that is what we're going to be using to create our arts in the subsequent session in this class. Okay, so you stay tuned and let us discuss something very important, something that's going to help you to strategize and help you to get your art to be an effective art in the Facebook market. Okay, so guys, let's move to the next section. Okay, so let's quickly look into Facebook marketing channels of funnels. Okay, we have this as authentic strategies that allows you to turn a good number of viewers impressions to prospects. So Facebook funnels create rooms for you to also make a customer out of every prospect. All right, so this is a powerful marketing strategy, and this is what distinguishes Facebook from other platforms or the ad platforms. So you have your Facebook ad, your brand is represented by the Facebook page or your Facebook page, searchable by users. So the journey through every stage in the funnel allows you to build trust over a period of time. Okay, so we have the funnel right here. We have the top of the funnel, but middle of the funnel, and we have the bottom of the funnel. Okay, so at the top of the funnel, this is the awareness stage. All right, you have your content promotion. You promote your content. You want people to know about what you got to offer them. You want people to know about your goods and services. You want people to know about your new store. You want people to know about your online store. You want to know to follow your page, to like your page from locations and people who would likely get to start patronizing you, and that is the top of the funnel. All right, at the top of the funnel, you create awareness about your brand. You promote your content. You promote your business as a whole. All right, so we have the middle of the funnel, and this is the consideration stage. All right, so this is a stage where people that encountered your product or saw your art in the top of the funnel or the awareness stage get to consider your art. All right, get to consider your business, get to consider your products, get to consider buying from you, get to consider your services, using your services. All right, so this consideration stage involves messaging. They get to contact you and ask you questions like, how much is this? You get to ask you questions like, how do I get this? Say, I'm interested, and everything like that. All right, and it also includes sign-ups. All right, so this one is a collection of information. For example, if you have a business that can offer free trial, they can offer free trial, free 7-day trial, free 14 days trial, free 30 days trial, then you have the opportunity to get the email of anyone who is going to try your product or services. All right, so what you do with the sign-ups, what you do with the email is that you not take this email into email marketing. You use email marketing channels to also message these people or show them timely promotions and promo from your company. All right, so the objective of having their email is that you want to convince them, is that you want to keep your brand ringing in their ears. You want them to always understand that your brand can help them to solve problems, can help them to get the solutions they want. All right, so you remind them on their email platforms. You see, there are rules and regulations that pertains to collection of information on Facebook, and that is going to be dealt with in the ad rejection and order assessment session. So you can wait for that. So that is very important. You need to know all of those rules and regulations in order not to get your account banned from advertising. Bottom of the funnel is the conversion stage. All right, so people that are considering your product, or people that have considered your product, are being converted from people that are just considering your product to people who actually buy your product. All right, so this includes sales, referrals, and repeat sales. Okay, so people you sell to get to see the good of your product and they refer people, or if you have a referral contest, you have a referral bonus for them, and that will also motivate them to refer people, refer friends and families. Okay, so now when you get them referred, you also make sales again. Okay, so and if you're good enough to follow your people, the people you've sold products to, you can also have repeat sales. All right, this is the bottom of the funnel. Okay, so thank you so much. I believe you now understand the top of the funnel, where you get to gather people, you get to have to get your product to the world, announced to the world. You promote your content, you promote your brand, and you have the middle of the funnel where people start considering your business, where people start considering using your services. All right, and you have the bottom of the funnel where you make the people in the top of the funnel and in the middle of the funnel your actual customers. Okay, so I'm going to explain different campaign types in Facebook advertisement. So I'm going to explain different campaign types. Okay, so we have different campaign types here. We have all the campaign types here. We have the classification of these campaign types. Okay, so we have the top of the funnel campaign types. You have the middle of the funnel, the campaign types you can use for if you're still at this middle stage, and the one you can use for the bottom of the funnel. Okay, so the top of the funnel, you have the objective category, which is the awareness stage and the consideration stage. Okay, so now we have objectives like brand awareness. You can choose brand awareness, you can choose reach, you can choose traffic, you can choose engagement, you can choose video views. Okay, you can choose video views for top of the funnel, right? So for example, if I just want to do a video or that explain my business and services to people, that is possible with a video view. Okay, so and also the engagement, you just want to get people to interact with your products, interact with your services, interact with your content, interact with your articles about your company. You can go for engagement, and if you want to drive traffic, all right, that is also possible. So middle of the funnel, this is the concentration stage that would lead to the conversion stage. So we have messages, we have lead generation, that is to say you're getting people to fill the forms on your website, to submit their emails, to sign up for free trials, to ask more about your product or services, or possibly to even order for your products and services. So you have app in stores. If you're an app developer, you have app in stores at the middle of the funnel, because people are now considering the use of your product. Right, so they're just at the stage of, let me just try this out, let me see whether this is good, whether this is better than what I've been using before. And so you get to have people considering your product, and possibly you can have conversions at the middle of the funnel. All right, so we have the bottom of the funnel. This is the conversion stage, and you have conversion. You can use the conversion objective, you can use the catalog sales. The catalog sales allows you to set your product in different in a well-defined way. Okay, so a catalog of about 20 spaces for 20 different products will be available through the Facebook ad function, and you do that by fixing your product in each of the boxes so as to get people to be able to scroll and see one or more products from your company or your e-commerce store. So we have store visits too. Okay, so this are specifically for people that have a physical store and you want people to visit your store. So you go for store visit, and at the bottom of the funnel you start having store visit if you wish. Okay, so samples of Facebook ads. Let me show you real quick. Okay, so we have 3 examples here, and if you could see, this is just an example of top of the funnel, an example of middle of the funnel art, and then an example of the bottom of the funnel art. Okay, so now do you feel burnt out and questions like that, just to get you to read the article and to get yourself to know the brand. Okay, so we have the circle one here, which is more or less like offering a free trial that is going to allow them to have you sign up to get a free trial, and by that they're going to be able to send you email updates and email promotions. Okay, so and we have the last one, which is also for sign up. Okay, so this one can also lead to sales. Let's say, for example, you're giving a product and you're having a button. Okay, you can change the button to something like shop now. Okay, so when you have shop now, you direct them to where they can get to check out on this product. So that is what you need to know about the structures of Facebook. I said this is the first sample. This is more or less like video view art, and this is the second sample. This is having this thing. This is more or less like you driving signups. You want signups, you want leads and all that. So, and we have the third one, which is more or less like a carousel of images. All right, and also you want to let people sign up so you can also follow them up effectively. So that is how your Facebook ad is going to look, and we have all the structures, all the examples, all the samples. For example, I believe that most of us in this class we've seen examples of ads popping up on our Instagram newsfeed and some other places on the internet. Okay, so let's move to the next thing we're having in this class. Alright, so we're gonna be looking at how you can avoid ad rejection and account deactivation. In other words, how you can avoid being banned from advertising on Facebook, how you can avoid your ad campaigns from being rejected. The first slide here says common causes of ad rejection. So promotion of illegal stuff should be avoided at all costs. Okay, ads that sell alcohol to under 21 in the United States, for example, shall be frowned at. Okay, so avoid promoting cigarette and save items and related paraphernalia. Okay, so try as much as possible as you can to avoid discrimination against race, gender, and so on and so forth. So ensure you read the community guideline if you ever want to promote health products, right? It will help you to avoid being banned or your services being misunderstood. Okay, so other contents are not to be promoted. Violent and sensational promotions are frowned at. So avoid copyright violation or infringement. So pertaining to trademark, privacy policy, and other persons and companies' rights. So anything false or suspected of possible falsehood and misinformation shall be heavily punished. Okay, so we have exploiting political or social issues or controversies for commercial purposes are not allowed. Your website or landing page should be functional, and it is better if it is with a privacy policy, disclaimer, or terms of service link at the bottom of the page. Okay, so ensure you use correct grammar and punctuations where applicable. So do not capitalize all the words in your art primary text. Okay, we're gonna know where the primary text section is when we get to start creating our art. Okay, so please note this point: you do not have to capitalize all your words in the art primary text. Okay, so it will not be accepted that way. It should have a perfect combination of upper and lower cases. So do not overuse the exclamation mark. All right, this is the exclamation mark. Do not overuse the exclamation mark. It's not encourage negative self-perception for the purposes of promoting niches such as weight loss, diet, and other health-related products. Ads with poor positioning, like inaccurate product descriptions or irrelevant images, are frowned at. Okay, so malware, spyware, associated sites are not allowed. Okay, so for websites that are having malwares, like malwares, they basically collect information from people who visit the website without the people visiting the website knowing that there is a third party or there is an external force or malfunctioning or a hacking tool that is taking information or collecting their information, and that is not really healthy for a social user. Okay, so excessive pop-up or ads redirection on your landing page will lead to ad rejection. So just be honest and ensure that your art is legally okay. Okay, so now we want to talk about the list of restricted items, ads, and products. So Facebook disallows the promotion of the following: alcohol, dating, online gambling, or gaming. Okay, so you cannot advertise on gaming and on gambling unless you are given you're certified by Facebook. Unless Facebook gives you the authority to do this. All right, but basically it will be hard for you to see any advertisement relating to gaming on Facebook. So, and also online pharmacies are not allowed. Online diagnoses of patients are not allowed. Okay, prescription of drugs should have prior written permissions from authorized bodies. Okay, when generating a lead, the following should not be collected on your site's form or lead form. unless you have a formal permission from Facebook. All right, you don't collect bank account numbers, you don't collect information relating to criminal history of users, you don't collect financial information, you don't collect means of identity, especially government issued identifiers, you don't collect information relating to status politically, you don't collect insurance information, race, religion, sexual orientation, trade union memberships, among others. All right, so as to not get your art rejected. Okay, so your art needs to be to follow the community guidelines. Okay, so Facebook is a community, and they also want you to, to follow their community rules in order for you to reach their users with your product and service. Alright, so let's create our first ad on Facebook. This is amazing. This is amazing. Let's get to create our first ad on Facebook. Alright, so we're going to create campaign. Alright, so we're going to choose the type of objective we want for our campaign. So let's say we want awareness, we want traffic, we want trade engagement, you choose this. You want leads, you choose this. You want app promotion, you choose this. You want sales, you choose this. Okay, so let's say we want to create awareness about our products and services. Alright, so we'll go for awareness for this first ad. Alright, so we're going to click on the continue button and we allow it to load. Alright guys, so you have 3 sections right here inside the campaign creation. You have the campaign itself, where you give the campaign a very good name, and then we have the ad set. This is the ad set, the second one, and we have the ad. Okay, so let's take these things one after the other, and we're gonna know how we can move from one section of a campaign to the other section. Okay, so here we go. Let's give our campaign a name. Let's say my first awareness hard. It's not compulsory that you get to label your art this way. Okay, you can go all the way by just get it to write your art like this, my first art. Okay, Facebook is gonna ask us. So okay, so we go by this. All right, so okay, so if your art is having a special category, right, these are the special category, whether it's for credit card offers, auto loans, it's for employment, housing, social issues, elections, or politics, you have to identify, you have to do that, you have to choose any one of these things if it's related to that. We are not creating a special art, we're just creating art for our brand and our company. Okay, so let's move to the other one. All right, so this one we have the auction type. You choose auction for the buying type. Campaign details. Okay, so campaign objective. What is the objective? Do you want to also change the objective? Of course, we're still sticking with awareness. We still want to create awareness about our products and our services. All right, so that is still what we are looking for. We still want to create awareness. Okay, so the campaign objective is still right. All right, so if you want to try different images, text, audiences, and more to see which one performs better, in each case you want to do A/B testing, this is what you need to do. You just but I will not, and I will not advise that you use this unless there is an important reason to do so. Okay, so I don't use A/B test, but if you want to use A/B test, you can go ahead to do that. But I advise you that you don't use A/B test. You got to create something. You got to create something and do that thing perfectly and push that thing to the people and see the way people will get to respond to that. All right, and in the definition of terms section, we call something quality test score. All right, so the quality test score, which ranges from 1 to 10, will help you to understand, to know how well people in your targeted audience area are responding to your advert. Okay, so now this is campaign budget optimization. Okay, so just in case you want to duplicate this, you want to have more than two or more than one audience you are looking forward to, test your products with. For example, you want to advertise for people in Chicago, you want to advertise to people in Florida, and you want to advertise to people in other parts of United States. You just want to do this and see the set of individuals or people in the best location to people that respond best to your products and services. Okay, so you can do that by creating more than one ad set. I told you ad set contains the audience and the budget for the ad you're about to create. Okay, so it's possible for you to have more than one ad set, and it's also possible for you to have more than one ad. Okay, so for the purpose of this tutorial, this first ad creation, we're just gonna have one ad set, we're gonna have one ad and objectives, and then we're just saying if you want to optimize in between different ad sets, you can choose this and you can make it ad if you want that to happen. Okay, so and you can also control spending on each ad set. Good, because it has the function to. Okay, so let me show you the functions of the ad set so I don't get to talk to the ear. I want you to understand and see everything we're talking about here. So next, you click on the next button if you're done with the first. Okay, so it takes us to ad sets. Okay, so let's give our ad set a name. Let's say our first ad set. Okay, our first ad set 1. Good. So you choose the page you want to promote. Okay, so we chose brand awareness. We want to create awareness about our brand, and then Facebook is asking you which of the pages are you using to advertise. Okay, so I told you that you need a Facebook page to advertise on Facebook, and then I also told you that you need a Facebook ads account to advertise on Facebook. Okay, so the Facebook ad account is directly linked to your Facebook page, and then you need to also specify when you're creating an advert how or where you want people to see, or where you want people to link to your page you want people to see, and the page you are advertising through to the people who would get to see your advert. Okay, so we're choosing our created page, which is our page 101. Good. Okay, so this dynamic creative, if you want to choose dynamic creative, is okay, it's good. You can go and experiment with that if you want to do. Okay, but we're not doing this for now, and we just want to move on to the next level. Okay, so this one, what are you optimizing your art for? I told you we have a lot of things in the definition of terms. I told you about reach, I told you about impression, and some other things like that. Bar. Okay, so you get to see a lot more. You can pay for impression. You're telling Facebook to deliver your art to people as many times as possible. All right, if you're optimizing for reach, that means you're telling people to serve your art to the maximum number of people possible. All right, if you're advertising for art recall lift, that means you want Facebook to serve your art to also maximize the total number of people who would remember seeing your art. Okay, so we also have true play. Okay, this is for videos. I'm going to use video in this particular one. We'll use video to announce or to tell the world about our product. All right, mind you, we chose awareness, and we want to make people get themselves to see our product, and then maybe if we have the good or the best audio or the best video, or maybe if you have a very good primary text, a very nice content on the internet, we can get to win them over, so they can start considering working with us, so they can start considering using our products and services. All right, so now what the true play does is that the true play deliver your arts to help you get the most completed video plays. Okay, if the video play is 15 seconds or shorter, for longer videos, this will optimize for people most likely to play at least 15 seconds. Okay, so this true play is simply the number of plays that the duration of play is not less than 15 seconds. Alright guys, so don't choose this unless you want to risk it. This is just going to deliver your art to people, to most video views. Okay, so it doesn't matter if the person gets a view more than 2 seconds, gets to do a lot of things, like, but this is the most preferred one. This is the most preferred one. Okay, so let's choose through play, and then let's get to see the next set of options for us. Alright, so guys, you can also choose cost per result goal. This is optional. Alright, so if you want Facebook or Meta to aim to spend your entire budget and get the most true places in the highest volume bid strategy, this is not advisable for people that are starting with advertisement. So you just have to leave that the way it is. Okay, so now you also get to identify when you get charged. Okay, so but Facebook is going to charge you for impressions, all right, or true plays. Okay, so all right, so then those are the two options available for you to control your spending. Okay, what you're spending on and when exactly you would like to get charged. Of course, Facebook system charges you per impression, like I told us in the definition of terms section, that Facebook charges per 1,000 impression. All right, we have the CPM. So the CPM is a number, is the average amount of money you're charged for every 1,000 person or impression you got on your ad. Okay, so the delivery type, you choose that is always on standard. Okay, so we're still on the ad set. Okay, so we come to budget and schedule. What you do with budget and schedule? Okay, you get to schedule your art, and you get to show or tell Facebook the amount of money you want to spend. Okay, so let's say on daily basis, you can spend on daily basis on a lifetime budget. Okay, let's say for example you just have let's say 250 euro to just spend on this ad campaign or awareness campaign. You can choose that, but I don't advise you to do this, because you will not be able to get to be a very strategic marketer, because a very strategic marketer needs to control daily spending. That is very important. So we're going to use daily budget. So we want to control exactly how much we're going to be spending every day on our art campaign. So that is important for quality purposes, because we want to get back to our drawing board and get to see the return we are getting, the level of excitement the people are getting because of our products and services, and the level of response we get, our quality score. All right, so our quality score, we want to know everything as relating to how our art is performing on Facebook art platform. That is very important if you're a very good market strategist. You want to become a very good market strategist. Okay, so you start to schedule the duration or the length of days time you want your art to run. Okay, for example, you can use your simple logic. For example, if I'm having, let's say, my daily budget, I want to put it at the rate of 50 euro. And let me tell you something, if you're using video views and you're optimizing for true play, one of the things I want you to understand is that Facebook will not, video views is just so economical that it's not gonna be that type of campaign objective that takes your money and swallows everything. So video plays, you can have 1,000 video plays for something less than €1. Okay, so you also come to choose your audience type. Okay, so this is very tricky. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying it's very tricky is simply because you need to be very careful not to advertise to the wrong person, not to do some kind of sort of violation. You need to know the laws and regulations of your country, your resident country, before you start doing this. All right. So, but there is nothing to worry about. For example, I want to advertise in the United Kingdom. I want to let my location, my art to be shown in United Kingdom. And I want people above 30 years of age to see my art. I don't want people 18 or below 30 years of age to see my art. So I want people 30 years and above to see my art. So that is that. And I want the gender of these people to be men, women, or anything, but I just want it with all. I want to show my art to all genders. Okay, so you can also apply D-Day targeting. Okay, so D-Day targeting helps you to target based on interest, demographics, and everything. So we click on edit button, and then when we do that, we get to see how to add people or set of individuals or audience based on demographics, based on their interest, and based on their behaviors on Facebook. Okay, so let's say for example I want to add people who love writing, who have interest in writing. Let's say I'm promoting something that is very good for writers, and I want to do that by targeting writers, targeting people who love writing, targeting people who love publishing. Okay, so everything is possible. You can also target people based on whatever criteria that matches with. For example, you can target people based on job titles and everything like that. So then you need to know that there is a size to every detailed targeting you would be selecting right there. Okay, so you look, just pay attention to this. When I like come to this place, you pay attention to this. Okay, you're gonna see the size. All right, the size of the audience, that is the size of the audience. Okay, which means that you have a very large number of individuals who love writing or who have interest in writing. So you click on it to select writing. Okay, let's say I want to advertise to people who recently have interest in Florida or searches about Florida or anything. I'm gonna put Florida. If I want people who shop, I'm gonna come here, and the size is quite considerable, so I'm gonna choose shop. Okay, good. So now we have known how to do our detailed targeting, and that is very important. So then we get to see that our audience is now set, okay, and ready to be used. All right, so you want to tell Facebook to reach people beyond your detailed targeting selections when it's likely to improve performance. This is very important. All right, you got to choose this, because if Facebook is saying that your quality score is not good enough, they can help you to improve the quality score by also spreading your art across people inside Florida, inside this interest. Sorry, I'm going to talk about the interest, not the location. Inside the shop interest group of people that fall under these categories of detailed targeted audiences, and you want Facebook to go beyond this if that is going to help your art to deliver to the right persons. So that is very important. You can also save this audience for other users. Okay, so for example, I want to save this audience just for future users. So I'm going to say my first audiences. Okay, so save. Good. Yep, so let's get to see other things right here. And this is the placement. We talked about a placement in the definition of terms menu. We get to tell you a lot of things about placement. So if you want automatic placement, which is going to maximize your budget and help you show your arts to people, to more people, to deliver your arts to through different placement methods, placement methods in order to get your art to reach people. And let's see what these placements are. Let's click on the manual placement to see what these placements are. Okay, so if I move to this and you have the platforms, you want your art to be displayed on Instagram, you want your art to be displayed on all the Facebook related pages and applications, you want your art to be displayed on Messenger, you can control that by checking or unchecking any of the options. Of course, I want my art to be shown on all the other platforms, all these platforms. Okay, so then you can also choose some very more technical stuff, like you want it to be shown on feeds, you want it to be shown on stories and reels, you want it to be shown when people are streaming videos. All right, you want it to be shown on the search area. You want it to be shown on messages or during messages. All right, so you want it to be people who are already connected to. You want to send off our updates to people who are already connected to your business. You can do that by checking this. And then we are just starting. We don't need that. And you can also choose any other thing you want to choose. Okay, but for the purpose of the tutorial, for this tutorial, I'm going to choose automatic placement. Okay, so I want Facebook to do everything possible to display my arts to people who would get to fall into my category, the people I chose as audience, wherever they might be. Okay, so but you need to know the implication of using this. The implication of using this is that you get to your 1000 impressions CPM just early enough. All right, but it can be beneficial to you if you're getting the desired result and you're getting people responding to your brand. They want to know more about your brand for this type of campaign objective. So you're gonna click on next and move to the art section. All right, so this is the art section. We're gonna name it my first head on Facebook. Good. So then you choose the identity of your art. Okay, you, for example, I showed you some examples of art, some samples of art. All right, I showed you some samples of art in the 10th session of this class, where I was able to show you some arts. Okay, so if you see those arts, you're gonna see that there are Facebook pages attached to those arts. Okay, so you're gonna choose one specific Facebook page for the art, and then you're gonna, if you have your Instagram account, if your business is also present on Instagram, you can also choose your Instagram. You can connect your Instagram page or your Instagram account through this connect account function. Okay, so please, if you don't have Instagram account, you can equally use this, because if you use this, you are also going to direct people on Instagram to your Facebook page, and which is still good enough if you don't have an Instagram account. Okay, so let's start our art setup. So we want to create art. We don't want to use existing post. You want to create from scratch. All right, if you already have the post, you want to use existing post on your page. That means if you're using existing post, that means your page already has some existing posts. Has some posts already, and you want to push, you want to boost those posts. You want to use those posts as the element of your awareness project or your awareness art. Okay, so but we're going to create art from onset, from the beginning. Okay, so this is the art creative. The art creative shows the content of your art. All right, so we're going to add a video since we are going for video views. All right, so let's add a video to this. Okay, so for you to add a video, you need to select your media. You need to upload from your library if you don't have videos uploaded into your Facebook media library already. So let's click on the upload button and get to upload a video to support what we're doing. Okay, so this is a video and we select the video. Okay, so what I did essentially was to double click on that video, and the video starts uploading on this art creative section. So my video is uploading. Double click my video. Okay, so you have to upload it to Facebook Art Creative, and our Facebook Art Creative adds a video attached to it, but you're gonna see errors because the fact that your video doesn't match with the aspect ratio of Instagram feed, Facebook stories, and Instagram reels. So this is just for tutorial purposes. All right, if you want to create any video, you have to look at the aspect ratio and ensure that your video is having the aspect ratio of each and every one of these things. Okay, so you can easily look at the aspect ratio suitable for Instagram ad by going to Google and searching for the pixel. Okay, let's do that, please. Let's just quickly do that. I'm going to open a new tab and help you know this aspect of ad creation. The same thing applicable to images. You need to know the size of the image so that your image don't get to be bigger or to be smaller than the aspect ratio expected of a standard Instagram or Facebook art. So let's say I want to know For example, there is a complaint here about my aspect ratio not matching for Instagram Reels. So I want to know the aspect ratio suitable for Instagram Reels. Okay, so it shows me the 9:16. Okay, if you don't know much about aspect ratio, you can also say pixel. All right, so maybe your video editor is having pixel function, resizing your video through the pixel function. So this is pixel function for Instagram Reels. If you want to create Instagram Reels, this is a 9:16 aspect ratio. In pixel is 1080 pixel by 1920 pixels. Okay, so that is how you get to know all the size and all the appropriate aspect ratio for your Facebook ad. Okay, so you can do same for Facebook stories and the rest, so that you get your art you will get your art displayed on all possible placement media. Okay, so we have the primary test. I told us in the definition of terms is that you don't have to make your primary test all capitalized. Like make all the primary tests capitalized. That is not going to be acceptable. And you don't use exclamation mark more than it's required for a professional art. Okay, so let's say for example our page 101 is this, and then we want to create a primary test for this our advertisement. Okay, so we just say this is the primary test for our new amazing page 101. Since we're creating awareness, we can create something, we can just say something very important. We say, all right, so please, I want you to also understand that you don't use you don't threaten people, or you don't do clickbait things. I don't want you to do anything that is going to be extra catchy. You just want people to click at all costs. Please don't do that. Don't do that. You will get your art rejected. And you don't use you, words like, pronouns like you excessively. So you caution and you get to know. You use these things just the same way you have to use them according to the community guidelines. So let's say our page 101 is a beautiful page that solves problems that are relating to poor performance of your art only, or let's say pointing fingers of art on social media platforms. Okay, media platforms. Okay, so and then you get to say a lot more about your product and services. You convince the people. You're just trying to push the good thing about your page to them. All right. So this is how our primary test works. And when people get to see the primary test, they get to see it this way. So they actually see the primary test, and they have a button to show more about the primary test before they get to see the video. Clicking the video. Okay. So also, we can add options. We can add all the primary test. We can add extra primary test to our primary test. Okay, so you can add another one by saying, isn't this amazing? It's amazing. Our page 101 is a super bot for SEO skyrocketing and sales. Okay, so guys, I'm just trying to say something, but you have to think effectively, and you have to draw your plans if you want to create a very good art. You have to be a good write-up, a very nice one, and that is what I know that you can do. All right, you can add a destination. All right, I told you about links. Okay, links, and I also said links are destinations. Okay, maybe you want people to get redirected to, all right, so this is the destination. You can add your destination here if you want people to, get redirected to your website, or you want people to just have an instant experience, right? To have an instant experience, maybe you just want them to get to know the story, all right, so to get to buy products, see products, and all of that things like that. You want people to discover your brand products with a mobile landing page that encourages action and all that. Okay, so but we're gonna go with website. Okay, if you don't really have a website, let's say for example some people that wants to direct or send traffic to their WhatsApp chat inbox or WhatsApp inbox, you can do that by copying your WhatsApp. You can create your WhatsApp links by going to Google to search for how to create your WhatsApp links. You can do that, and then you get to create your WhatsApp links. Create WhatsApp links. Okay, so you can use all this, any of this. All right, this is just the most reliable one. You can use this to create your WhatsApp link, and that is going to work for you. So you bring the link that links to or that leads to your WhatsApp inbox to this place, and you paste it. Okay, so let's, for example, for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm just going to be using just a random link. Let's say amazingbuys.com, right? So we're going to use that URL. So please, there is something we didn't do here. We have to now choose the headline, which is optional. You have to now choose the description, which is optional, but I'm going to choose headline. I'm going to say a big thing and a big deal. Okay, just to catch attention, right? But not to be this person that don't set clickbaits to people. Just trying to express myself to get people to know about my products and services and marketing here, and I'm saying a big thing and a big deal. Okay, so I use the exclamation mark, but if you see, I didn't use it in essence. Okay, so also you can add a description. You can say delivery is nationwide. Okay, whatever you want to add, or then you have to be careful. You have to be careful with the use of exclamation mark, but you can use it, but don't use it in essence. Okay, so we set most of the things we need to set here: the headline, the description, and of course we have the primary text. We have the call to action. All right, the call to action button is the one you choose which of the things or action button that shows beneath your art, and then if you want people to download, you choose download. You want people to call you, you choose call, and you book you. But for now, we want people to get directed to our website, so we choose the learn more. But there are also other image, other things to choose. You have the send WhatsApp message if you want people to message you on your WhatsApp directly. If you don't want to use link, you can also use this to or make that happen. Okay, so you want people to sign up, you want to collect information according to what we learned on the funnel. If you want to conduct people information, we want people, because you've gotten people who are now considering your art, or you want to set a free trial to people, you want to send information to people, you want to send a free ebook to people, you can use the sign up function. Okay, you can also use the send message function. This one links to your page inbox. Okay, then we have to choose what we are here to choose, which is the learn more. All right, so we want to direct people to our website URL. Okay, so the amazingbuys.com. All right, so you don't need this, you don't need that. Okay, so then we get to the tracking. All right, we have not set up website events, and that is not really necessary now because we're just going for video art. All right, the third art is going to require us to upload you a pixel code. I'm going to show you a pixel code. We tell you what to do with a pixel code. Okay, so you got to do that with a pixel code. It's not going to be hard. It's just going to be pretty easy. If you have a website, you can do that. And if you have somebody managing your website, you just send a pixel code to the person, and the person implements the pixel code and track. You'll be able to track events on your website to see what customers are doing, what visitors are doing on your website, how visitors are fulfilling what you want them to fulfill on your website. Okay, so thank you so much, and we've gotten to the end of this. You can just do what you want to do by getting to review all your changes. Okay, so and also take note of this thing. It said verify your changes. It said your art won't run on Instagram Reels due to the fact that we didn't do something very important, which was to resize our images according to the aspect ratio. All right, so for this new account, this is just a demonstration account. I have not added a valid payment method to the account, so you might not be able to click the publish button because of those errors, but let's try our best to do that. All right, so then you get to add your art payment information. You add your payment information if you've not done that, and when you do that, you click on the next button. Your advert is going to be reviewed by Facebook, and reviewing of ads might take 24 up to 48 hours depending on how your art needs to be verified on every side. Okay, so this is how our art is going to be displayed to the people. You see our page 101, the primary text up here, and the video. Okay, so this is the video, and we have the video. When people get to see the video, it starts playing automatically. And then we also have the headline, which is a big thing and a big deal. Okay, so people, we get to be done with this first ad creation tutorial, and then we move to the second ad creation tutorial. Okay, all right, so we are creating awareness towards people getting to know our brand, and then our second art is going to be more strategic. So let's get to the second art. So ensure you click the publish button before you do any other thing. That is very important. Okay. About to create a second art. Alright, so I want to show you something quickly on the audience side, so we can get to see something very important before we get to create our second art. So let me show you something with the audience function. Alright, so let's get to see something on the audience function. I want you to know that if your first ad runs successfully for a given number of days, let's say 15 days or 30 days, and it accumulates a number of video views that is above 50,000 views, or a very good amount of views, then you can create a custom audience relating or in respect to the previous results you've gotten. Okay, so let me quickly show us something on custom audience, and you can also create lookalike audience, but I don't want to bother you with that. I want you can also create special art. This one is only available for special art category. This is not a special art stuff. So let's just I want to show you something with the custom audience creation. All right, so you want to connect back with people who have already shown an interest in your business. All right, the first thing you did was to create awareness about your product, and then you want to now target people who were interested or showed interest in your awareness program, people who interacted with your awareness program, and then you want to go with a product. You want to get them to do another thing, to get them to consider your product or to see your advertisement once again, just for you to get into their head. Just that little by little, you're building trust, and you're building trust, and you want to do that. So you can do this by retargeting people who already made some kind of actions on your website, on your Facebook ad, and in your Facebook page or on your Facebook page. Okay, so the first one we did was to do video views. Okay, we want to target people who interacted with our video. our past video for the first ad. Okay, so you can do all the things you want to do here. If you want to do website, you create another based on website visitors from your Metapixel. You can do that on your customer list. You want to target people who get to subscribe to be added to your customer list. You want to target people who did who made some things, some activities on your application. If you're having an application and you want to target people who have interacted with items from your catalog. For example, they just see the catalog and they just want to know more about one of your products, or you just scroll through the catalog, because the catalog is just going to be in a carousel format. I don't know if I can show you that, but I know you've seen something, an ad that have a lot of products attached to it. Okay, so when you scroll left, or should I say left, when you scroll right, you're going to see a lot of products coming up just with that same ad. So that is the function of catalog, and catalog shows more than one product in an ad. Okay, so in an ad, okay, so we're going to use the video function to just check how we can retarget people based on their activities with our past awareness program. So then we're going to see a lot of options here. So I want to target people, visit them around. I want to create an audience that is based on people who have watched the video that I posted the previous time at least 50%, 70%, 75% of my. I'm going to choose this. I'm going to select this. Okay, so then the retention is the number of days people will remain in your audience after they engage with your content. People will be removed from your audience after a set time period unless they engage with the content again. Okay, so you want to set the time for Facebook to retain people who would react with, or who is going to click on your ad, your coming ad, based on this targeting. People who fall into this category and are gonna click on your new ad. You want to keep them for how many days? You want to do this, you want to do that. People who are already communicated or interacted with your art, how many days are you keeping this guy? So let's go to the audience name. Let's say my first custom audience. My first custom audience. Okay, audience. Good. So then you can give a description to it if you want to. Can give a description if you want to, and that is how you go about creating custom audiences. All right. So, but for this tutorial, we might not be able to create a custom audience because we don't have a video yet that is actively distributed online. Okay, so if your video is actively distributed online, you come to this choose video to get to choose the exact video that has performed up to a very good extent, and that you want to base your new audience on. So your videos are going to appear here, and then you get to choose the one you want to use as for the defining of this custom audience. So guys, we are back to our ad manager page, and then we want to create our second ad. Okay, so we're going to create our second ad. We click on create. So we're going to base our second ad on leads. Okay, going to base our second ad on leads. Okay, so more or less like we're using something like the function of middle of the funnel. So you continue, right? You continue with that. You want to create ad based on leads. Okay, so for purpose of time, you fill in your campaign name, you do all the necessary things here. Your campaign objective, of course, we want to generate leads, we want people to fill forms, we want people to make some actions, to complete some actions on our website. All right, so you go to next, or you click next, and you go to the ad set. So this is the ad set. You give your ad set name and then you come to this place where you optimize for our delivery. All right, we cannot optimize for our conversion for yet, because conversion requires you to put your Facebook pixel on your page, on your website. Okay, so but we've not done that. We've not created a website where we can put our pixel. We just want to let people just work with the messenger. We want people to do instant form, to get to let people fill out forms. You can create a form. Facebook makes that possible. Okay, so all right, so we have been told that we are not compliant with one of the terms of service. We have to just go back to our page and do that, but we don't want to do that because of time. Let's just choose Messenger. Okay, so we choose Messenger as our destination for this lead, for this lead campaign. So also we get to choose the page you want to use, and which is our page 101. Okay, so and also we get to, if you want to do a lot more about this, you can, but it's locked and you cannot change this. Lead is lead. Okay, so and also you can change this one. I told you it's not really advisable for you to do this for now, unless you get to learn by experience. You see how your arts are performing, and then you don't want to spend more than this, or you see the average amount of money you're spending, and then you want to control the bid and every other thing like that. So then you move to the budget and you choose the budget appropriate budget according to what you have with you. And also, if you already have a shaped audience, for example, at the beginning we have a custom audience, we can just come to this place and select the custom audience. But sorry, we are unable to create our custom audience because we don't have an active video online, or an active video that is already generating views online. So we're just going to use our previous okay, so let's use this, right? Let's use this. Good. All right, so we use that, and it's as or that we want. We ask or that we want, and if you want to edit that, I already showed you how to do that in the previous session. Okay, automatic placement, and then we go to the art. Okay, so you give your art name, you rename your art, you give your art a name. Okay, and then you select the page. Okay, so also you select your Instagram account. If you don't have your Instagram account connected to this, you just click on connect account, and you're going to be taken to the place where you'll be able to connect your account to this particular ad account. You connect your Instagram account to this particular account. Okay, so also you get to select the ad setup, which is going to be single image or video, or you want it to be carousel. You can just choose any of the two, which is two or more scrollable images. You want people to, to see two or more scrollable images, or you just want people to see a single image or video. Okay, mind you, we want to generate leads. Okay, so I will just go for single image. All right, so also you're going to choose the image you want to add to your art in the art creative. So then we come to this place and we upload the video we want, or the picture we want. Okay, so this, and we click on open. Okay, so we allow the image to completely get uploaded on the ad account or ad dashboard or media library. So we get to click on next. I want it to be original. I want it to be original. I want it to be original. Done. Good. Okay, so you choose your primary text. Of course, we're going to just use some of the primary text we used before, because this is not really a serious campaign where I would have to, do a lot to just cook something that matches with what I'm selling. Okay, so let's just say this card should contain your primary text. Okay, so this should contain your primary text, and you can headline like there is no other better deal. Okay, or you can say, since we just want to generate leads, you can say of free, or let's say free 30-day trial. 30-day trial. Okay, so we want people to get to feed that information or get to contact us for how they can make use of this free 30-day trial. And mind you, you're not just advertising to these people the first time. Let's say you use the custom audience, you've gotten these people to see your video, and then they're seeing it the second time now, and they want to engage with what you have to offer to them. Okay, so this is the middle of the funnel, and we have to be very strategic. Alright, so you want people to send you a message on your page. You're going to receive message on your page when people get to click on the button. Okay, so for example, you could see the button right here. So when people see this your art and they click on this place, they get redirected to your Facebook page inbox. Alright, so where they could be able to chat with you. Alright, so come to this place. We have the tracking. We don't have our pixel functional for now, and then you're done, and you get to publish your art, and your art is going to be published successfully. Okay, so without wasting much of your time, I want to show you the most important one, which is the landing page view. That is as good as conversion, but it's not conversion, because conversion ensures that people get to, do what they have to do by buying products or completing tasks on your website. But landing page views also ensure that people get to read what they have to read on your website, get to learn on your page, not just clicking the link and then leaving the link halfway, but following through and getting to read the information on your website. So that is what we're going to do next. We're going to optimize for landing page views. So thank you, and see you in the next awesome session. Do this, you want to optimize for landing page views. You just don't want people to just visit our website or click our website and not load in the website completely. We want people who will land on our page to see what we've written on the page and what we have to offer, or our advertisements and everything, our content on the page. So then we need to ensure that our pixel is active. So we come to our tools and we go to Event Manager. Okay, so this is where Event Manager or Event Management System comes in. You need to set up Event Manager. Okay, so this is the Event Manager. You click on Event Manager to get to have access to your pixel. Okay, so you need a pixel to track people's activities, to track the number of times a certain button is being used or engaged by your customers on your website. Okay, so we want to see, this is the pixel page. Okay, this is where you can get your pixel, and this is where you can manage and get to see your events. Okay, but we don't have any pixel. We have to create a pixel. Okay, we need to create a pixel. And then what I did was to come to this connect data sources. I click on web. I want to monitor people's activities. I want to monitor customers' activities. I want to see their charts, the way they behave, and where they get to do a lot of things on my website. Okay, so I am getting this pixel for my website. So I'm going to connect. I'm going to give my pixel a name, so you can give your pixel whichever name you want to give to your pixel. So for the purpose of this tutorial, we just give it a name. Alright, so we click on create pixel. So what happens when you click on create pixel is going to ask you for the website you want to check if it's eligible for integration. Okay, so but we don't need all this, we just need to go for the code. Okay, so but we want to go for the code, and we need to just put something. Let's put something like amazingbuys.com. Okay, so we can get the code and implement the code on our website. Okay, so we get to see the pixel only. You see the conversions API combined with the to send web activities and custom actions from both your server and website. The customer sends data directly through an API connection, which helps improve targeting and optimization for deep funnel events. Okay, so if you want to go for this or you want to go for this, you can also set up the conversion API in addition to Pixel at any time. So let's just go for this one for a beginner. Like, I don't want to trouble you much with advanced stuff. So now we see manually add Pixel code to website. You're going to choose depending on the CMS, the content management system that is handling your website. Okay, for example, if your website is hosted on a WordPress platform, is hosted on Blogger, is hosted on your landing page, is hosted on Wix.com, or whichever platform you use. Okay, you just have to go to Google and search for how to implement your Pixel code on your platform. So if I am using WordPress to if I used WordPress to create my website, okay, so I search for how to implement Pixel on WordPress website. Okay, so that is going to show you and it's going to lead you to how to do that, to add Facebook Pixel to you can do that. Okay, so it's quite easy. So you just, for me, because I'm a WordPress user and I know how to do these things on WordPress, I click on install code manually. So when I click on install code manually, I'm going to see the code right there. So I click on copy code. So when I click on copy code, the code is already copied on and is on my clipboard. So what I do is to go to my WordPress header session and put this code on the header session. All right, so for you to know exactly how to do this to your own management system, you need to put this on the header session and you need to obey what Facebook says, because if you don't put this in the right position, you're not gonna get your pixel to be activated. Okay, so you need your pixel activated and you need to follow the rules. Okay guys, if you want advanced matching to use information that your customers have already provided for your business or to your business, whatever information they provided for you, you want to use these informations to also reach more people through the marketing campaigns. So you can verify the customer information you want. This information stays on Facebook, all right? It stays on Facebook and it also helps you to enhance the way you get your result at the end of the day when you're running for conversion. But you see, it's choice. You can choose that and you may not want to choose that. Okay, so let's just continue and then see how we can all the things, but the most important thing is that our Facebook pixel is now ready for use. This is the Facebook pixel. Okay, so any activity that is being carried out is going to be shown right there. You're going to see a list of activities and number of visitors and everything that is happening on your website through Facebook or through your Facebook advertisement. Okay, so that is what you need to know about this pixel. And so let's move to the ad manager and see how we can work with. All right, so please note I'm going to use an active account, one of my active accounts, to run this landing page. So let's go back to ad manager. Okay, so right here in the ad manager section, we are going for landing page views. We want to create ad campaign that optimizes for landing page views. So you click on create. And you come to, you see, traffics. Okay, so traffic optimized for link clicks and landing page views. I told us in the definition of terms section what link clicks are and why link clicks are not good enough for your ad campaigns and what landing page views are. All right, so I'm going to click on continue. Okay, so I want to create a landing page views, and I told you that conversion is still the best. Okay, conversion is still the best, but you just want to do this. If you don't, for example, you don't sell products and services, you can do this landing page views to ensure that people get to your page and read things and articles on your website. Okay, so and most importantly, if you are selling products and services and you're doing other things like you just want people to sign up for forms or to order for your products or services or whichever thing you're doing, conversion is just the best. All right, it is flexible and it is versatile. You can use it for any type of thing you want to use it for. Okay, so but we are gonna focus on landing page views in this session. So we have shown you how you can, get to create your Facebook pixel, to get your Facebook pixel. And if you follow what we showed you, or then we show you how to just go to Google and search for how to fix those, or the pixel code, to fix the pixel code into your website order session. Okay, so when you do that, your pixel is going to be active, and then you'll be able to do or optimize your advertisement for landing page views. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so you give your campaign a name, campaign details, right? So, and if you want to add more than one ad set and you want to test across these ad sets, you can put this on. All right, but we just want to use one ad set for the purpose of this tutorial. All right, so you're going to click on the next button, ad set name. Give your ad set, just a double click. Yeah, so we stay ad set level. You give your ad set a name, and then whichever name you want to give your ad set. Okay, so we don't want to waste time. We want to go about thinking about names to use and every other thing like that. So come here, you tell Facebook where you want to drive the traffic to. Okay, you want to drive the traffic to a website, to your WhatsApp, to your Messenger, to your app, or whatever. So we're changing this. We're not changing this because we're driving the traffic to our website. Okay, so you are going to tell Facebook what you want to optimize for, your objective for the art, for the advertisement, what you really want and what will give you joy as an advertiser. And then you're telling Facebook that you want landing page view. Come on, let's see the definition of landing page view according to Facebook. It said, we will deliver your ads to people who are more likely to check on your ad link and load the website. Okay, so they need to load the website, and that is all landing page view is about. So, but that is quite different from link clicks, like we defined in the definition of terms section, that in link clicks they will just deliver your art. Facebook will deliver your art to the people most likely to click on them, not necessarily loading the website, but just clicking on them. So we go for landing page views to be on the safer side. All right, so we have the cost by result goal. You can set the maximum, but you need to know how this thing works. You need to have done a lot of art without controlling the cost, and then you just look at the average amount spent per landing page and per everything. Just you got to work with that, and then before you'll be able to set a cost per result goal. All right, so you set your budget, the amount you want to spend. Okay, so this is just an amount, and then you can go on and on and on to also create your audience. If you don't have an active audience you want to use, you can create an audience. All right, and if you want to use custom audience, if you already have active videos online, you want to use custom audience, you can also select your custom audience there. Okay, so we have different ones, and let's just select this. That is okay. Let's use this. All right, so this is going to just advertise to people around that location with that age, and people who speak British English or American English, and people who matches with this interest and every other thing like that. So that is what we need to know about that. We already took our time to explain all of this, and then we move to the next one, which says placement. If you want to control the placement, you can, and if you don't want to control the placement, you go for automatic placement. All right, so you click the next button to get to your art creative and art setup. So you give your art a name, and after that you get to choose the page you want to use for this particular, right? So I'm just going to choose a page. So I'm going to choose a page. Okay, so let me choose this page. Alright, so I'm going to choose this page, and then you can also add your Instagram account to this, like I always told you. Alright, so you do what you have to do in this session, which is you creating, manually uploading images or whichever thing you want to use. Alright, this catalog is not active because catalog you have to come to this very particular place. You come to this commerce manager. Alright, we showed you commerce manager on the first one we showed you the other time. So the commerce manager allows you to create a catalog, and when you create a catalog you'll be able to select a valid catalog on using this very particular function. Okay, so then you have to choose what you want to use as the format of your art. Okay, so for now we're going to use single image or video. Okay, but if you want to do other things, like you want scrollable images, you can go for that. If you want a group of items that opens into a full screen mobile experience, you can do that. Alright, so we go to other places like the art creative. You choose an image. You choose an image for your advertisement. So let's just choose this one. Okay, alright, so you choose this one. I think the aspect ratio is quite good and okay. Okay, so we're choosing that image, and then we want to give it a primary text. You can give it a primary text of your choice. Just fill in your primary text, fill in your headline, fill in your description, and then you get to come here and fill in this with your website URL, your website link. Okay, so after that you get to change this one. If you want to change this, you can change this if you want to change this, but we like to leave it as learn more. And then we get to see our website events. Okay, so we're going to check this to ensure that our pixel, okay, the pixel is not active. The pixel on this website is not active, but we have a pixel, but the pixel is not active because the pixel is not readily installed into my WordPress. For some reasons, I restored my WordPress to fit into my new business. So that is just the reason why this pixel is not active. So your pixel is going to be active, and if your pixel is not active, I'm going to show you in the conclusion part of this class how to make your pixel work. So thank you so much. See you in the next session, which is the conclusion section. So first and foremost, in this conclusion part of this class, we need to know how you can fix any issue that might come up when you're fixing your pixel. Maybe, for example, you've put your pixel on the header section, but it's not showing active on the event manager section. Because if you go to the event manager section, your pixel in the activity will have to, everything will be active. You're going to see a green button which will show that you have an active pixel installation. So then if your pixel is still not active after installation, you're going to do this. You go to google.com and you search how to use Chrome Pixel Helper to fix your pixel error issues. Okay, so that's going to show you a wizard that you're going to use and something you're going to use to do what you have to do in that aspect. So Pixel Helper, you're going to use a Pixel Helper, and you're going to use it to install it on your Chrome browser and do everything you have to do. So that is going to be good enough. This is coming from Facebook itself, developers of Facebook.com. So you have to use this link. If you search for this, use this Pixel Helper link to get full scope of how Pixel Helper work on Chrome in order to get your pixel errors fixed. So thank you, and then let's get down to the conclusion. Okay, people, this is the conclusion that I have for you. Okay, I'm going to say the first one, which is practice. Put into practice whatever you learned. you've learned. Put into practice whatever you've learned in this class. Okay? And the second one to do is ensure you don't give up. Amazon and other big companies didn't start getting a lot of sales when they started. A very good advert, a very good art, consistency, and unwillingness to give up are tools to achieving great feats, right, in business. You can now help people or companies to create hearts for their businesses or services, to businesses or stores. Okay? Do not do this for free. Another one is before you start commercializing this skill, ensure you've learned everything you've heard us say by experience. So you need to have a good experience in order for you to work for people, so you don't get undeserved results or undesirable results at the end of the day. Instead of giving up on poorly performing arts, why not change the creatives, the video quality, content and quality, the image content and quality, and ensure you use better primary text. So create your first ads, and your first art, and ensure you share with your friends and family. Make progress every day. Carry out the class projects, submit, and keep improving your skills. Alright, so put into practice what you've learned. Ensure you don't give up. You can now monetize with your skill. You can commercialize your skill, but you need experience. Instead of giving up, change something. So create your first ad, do the practice, and make progress every day. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you for staying through. Thank you for getting to this particular point where we get to say thank you and thank you.